boogeyman of Ending Game. Hotshot Esports. Backstand's pride, sharp aim, big dreams. Evo's Esports. Indonesia's elite, clean plays, goal decisions. All Gamers Global. Thailand's Gales Masters, fearless in every close fight. Team Vitality. Indonesia's elite, clean play, goal decisions. Vision System. Chile's gold finishers is slow to start, sharp to strike. Big Gaming. Brazilian's Veterans is smart, steady, and deadly in the zone. Alpha 34. Brazil wild cards, fresh, fearless, and ready to shine. Team Falcons! Champions of the Club Championship, now defending their AWC crown with pride, the own and only. We have just witnessed a great power of every teamer that just dropped into our stage here. I'm Carol Bombshell, and I'm just fine to be here with you all today. And stay tuned for the kickoff of Free Fire at the Esports World Cup 2025. Let's go!
One name.
Team Falcons!
One memory.
Team Falcons is the champion of AWC Free Fire 2024!
One man still standing. Still on fire. The return of the defending champions. They were unstoppable in 2024. A team that blazed through the battlefield and claimed the booyah that echoed around the world. But in 2025, everything's changed. Team Falcons returned to the EWC stage with only one piece of the original puzzle. On fire, the lone survivor of the championship squad. The last flame still burning. This year, Team Falcons rises with a brand new roster, new names, new chemistry, new doubts from everyone watching.
Can they do it again?
Is On Fire enough?
Are they still the same threat?
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, survivors of all ages, you know what time it is, baby. Free Fire and EWC 25 gearing up for our very first game, and we start off at good old Bermuda. You're with your boys, the Mustachio and Husky. We are back to rock it again.
Back to rock it again for the second year in a row, and so many things have to be said at the get-go. Worlds have collided, legacies have been renewed, and most importantly, new eras have been forged between 2024 and 2025. Multiple world champions, multiple new players, new faces, the rebranding of the Falcons' nest. But one thing remains the same, is the race to the championship.
Absolutely, man. And of course, will the experience count in here today? Group A versus Group B. We have got 6 returning teams who have had some experience at the previous EWC 2024. Free Fire rocked it at that point. And of course, Falcons, your reigning champions at this point of time. But after picking up the championship, Husky, they have not been looking so dangerous. Out there, a little bit too comfortable with the prize pool that they got.
Yeah, absolutely. We even saw the video just now, the lone survivor of the restructuring of Team Falcons roster, On Fire, back still here with 2025. But interestingly enough, he is one of the few players that wasn't highlighted as much as the other ones, right? Like Peter, Coscu, and one more. But now he has to take on the mantle. A lot of void needed to be filled in, and that's why they brought in these new faces. Limit, for example, is a very good candidate, but can they do it on this big stage is the next question.
From attack all around, right? Because that was one of the biggest of Team Falcon. They could get a really, really good close quarters combat done and dusted, but in those long-range engagements, they were just not getting the job done. Bringing Limit in, one of the best snipers in the world, could perhaps get it done this time around for them. But he's not the only sniper that we need to keep our eyes out for. We've got Fluxo in here, baby. We need to see exactly what MT7 has got in store for us. But what I'm afraid of is the fact that even the panelists brought this up, right? Brazil, they're not used to the grand finals format. We've got Champion Rush this time around. Yes, you can pick up those points. Yes, you can get those eliminations. But if you cannot get the booyah when it is most needed, you are not going to be the champion.
We've seen plenty of examples. Buriram United Esports is the best case study that we had for Sea Spring, where Onyx Olympus late to the party, late to qualify for the Champion Rush and still won it all because BRU couldn't close out the game. And when we look at the Brazilian League, interestingly enough, they played with the old format for their spring season. Fluxo came in second, right? Second to loss, who won by just a mere single-digit point. They did practice with Champion Rush after that, and I think at least they've got a little bit of an idea of how it's going to work coming in the EWC.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And of course, here at EWC 25, Free Fire has got a very unique format running this time around. One that has not been seen in any of the other leagues that we have had across countries, right? Because we've got Point Rush combined with Champion Rush. Now, this is going to be monumental because, yes, Champion Rush favors the underdogs who have the fight in them. But at the end of the day, you are going to be looking for those extra points on Point Rush. And usually it's the big dogs. It's those teams who can really hit hard, walking away with those extra points. So I guess the table is all evened out now.
Yeah, we've had this conversation behind the scenes, and my stance is still the same from as it was before.
Yeah.
Consistency is key. What we've been talking about for 5 years straight finally comes back full circle. You have to be at the top of your game every single round.
Absolutely. And of course, you got to hit that booyah when it is most definitely required. But ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we've got some hyped up video for you guys. Enjoy. We'll come back to you in a bit.
BRU are not going to give him that time. Mochi finds a bullet straight to the stadium. And Mochi with 2 in a row. Why?
ผมไม่ได้อยากปกป้องแชมป์ครับดีที่สุดแล้วก็สร้างประวัติศาสตร์ของผมเพิ่มมาอีกก็คือแชมป์ผมจะทำให้ได้แชมป์รอบ Nada, que se preparen, que vamos a ir con todo y daremos todo.
And that is the ADG have to refocus their attention and needed.
Gonna be wiping out.
เข้ารอบได้ก็จะไปเอาแชมป์อีกครับเพราะปีแล้วก็คว้าแชมป์มาแล้วครับ
Eu acho que foi a gente teve um mau desempenho devido à falta de experiência, mas acabou que esse ano a gente voltou sabendo o que a gente vai fazer, treinamos muito e se habituamos ao campeonato.
เปลี่ยนหลายอย่างครับการเล่นแล้วก็เจอเพื่อนร่วมทีมแบบใหม่เล่นไม่เหมือนกันแต่ก็เคยได้แชมป์ทุกอย่างมาแล้ว
E queria deixar recado aí que vai ser bem disputada essa final e a gente vai ganhar.
Everybody can talk the big talk, but who can walk when it truly matters? As we head on into Bermuda shortly, we will find out, Husky.
The most important thing right now is the slogan. Everyone needs to know this coming into EWC, regardless of what titles you're in. Nothing is granted, everything is earned. Just like On Fire said, if he makes it through, Falcons are going to win another trophy for the Nest. But making it through is the hard part. I've talked to a lot of people, professionals, players, coaches, and even psychologists, sports psychologists behind the scene, how tough it is to win one championship and go on to win the second one the year after.
Yeah.
It is incredibly tough. Nearly impossible.
Yeah, not everyone can be like the Brazilians, right? Not everyone can be like what Fluxo brought to the table. And yes, you are right, Falcons, they were the champions of EWC 24 for Free Fire. But right after that, in order to qualify for this competition, they were ranked 9th in Southeast Asia. And that is not looking good for the brand at all. But of course, we have seen the Falcons do this time and time again. Kind of fly under the radar. And when people suspected the least, they go in for the strike. But of course, they are not the only birds in the air this time. We've got Red Hawks. For the first time ever, Bangladesh is going to be joining the fight, and they have got a really good coach behind the scenes as well. We've got Coach Duker, who has got all of the game knowledge you would ever want, you would ever need in the world of Free Fire, but it's all about the application of that knowledge out there on the battlefield.
It's going to be nerve-wracking. I can't imagine how the players must be feeling, right? First ever international tournament that they qualify, and it had to be the Esports World Cup. I think coming into 20, the most important thing when we look at teams like Red Hawks and Hotshot Esports is the underdog element that they bring. Hotshot Esports, they finished 15th last year, but who's to say that they don't have a closer shot this year? Especially when you look at teams that are dominating, like Team Falcons, you mentioned it, they finished 9th in spring. And they only got here because they were the defending champions. There was an alternate universe that we wouldn't even have Team Falcons.
Yeah, and that's insane, right? But you know, the 9th position is not what it's all about, because we did see Fluxo last year at Free Fire EWC 24. They walked away with the exact same rank, the 9th spot, and then they went on to the global finals to call themselves the world champions. Perhaps not the EWC world champions, but the global finals champions for the world of Free Fire as well. So game after game, competition after competition, it is all about what they go out there and they get done. It's not some sort of consistency that you can expect for them to carry on competition into competition, because yes, they may be good, but others are rising to the occasion as well.
And some of them are playing today, right? Core Memory Esports, for example, this is one of the, for me, the biggest underdog coming in from the strongest region in the world. Because when we saw them in spring, Core Memory really feels like not a core memory, right? They have been sidelined a lot of times. Their performance have been really up and down. You look at the players and you look at the accolades that they have, it makes you scratch your head what exactly went wrong. But yet they are here at Free Fire EWC 25, overshadowing Team Falcons, and it makes you wonder if they can take it further, or was that just a lucky stroke?
Yeah, absolutely, man. And of course, we do see the fact that Falcons actually pulled away limit from their core, but what they got off of that trade was Cougar, right? Cougar has got that EWC experience. He was in participation. He is actually the world champ in core memory, so he carries on some vital memory from last year into this squad. Yes, they're most definitely the underdogs. They were ranked 8th from FFWSC. I don't think that is going to be a testament to how they perform in here today. It's a whole new sheet. It is how they balance the stress out there on that stage. That magnificent stage, by the way. I have not seen a stage that beautiful my whole life, Husky.
When they told us they upgraded it, I didn't know what to expect, but this has completely blown all my expectations out the water. Though I would say, for anyone who got overexcited, I think we need to put this caveat out there, right? Cougar, yes, EWC 24 champion, but as a sub. We have to put it out there, because we have to manage the expectation that, sure, he's a world champion, but he didn't play on that stage at that point, right? He wasn't the one that brought it home for the Falcons Nest. I'm not discrediting his efforts, but I think it's a very different perspective when you're watching on the sidelines compared to actually being on that stage and playing against 17 other best teams from around the world.
That's how insane Falcons were last year, because this guy was a monster for sure in FFWSC out of Thailand. He didn't even need to participate, but I understand exactly where you're coming from. Let's see exactly how they get the job done out there. Core Memory Esports XKOG. That's how they are branded this time round. We want to see more from them. But Alpha 34, let's talk about the Brazilian squad a little bit as well. All new squad, aggressive flair, the underdogs out of Brazil, but I think Raja thinks that they're going to be faring pretty well this time around, and I think she has got her mind in the right place.
I agree, right? Alpha 34, they finished 3rd. The only team that came behind them was Pain Gaming, and there was a substantial point gap when they qualified. So this underdog team. Sure, that's going to be the title for now. But I think in an ever-growing landscape of the Brazilian League, if you can qualify for an international event off of the local tournament, that itself is a statement. Now we want to see if Alpha 34 can continue to push that envelope, right? Can you start making a statement? Because locally you can be the strongest, but what really matters the most is if when you clash with the rest of the world, are you still that fearful team?
We've got the returning Tigers as well. Hotshot Esports from Pakistan, the finest squad out of the scene. In 2024 EWC, they managed to walk away with the 15th spot. Nothing much to scream about, but it is all about how you come back season after season, time and time again, a little bit better than you were the previous time. I'm expecting a lot from this Pakistani squad.
Me too, and I think we have to really give them their flowers because Hotshot Esports roster has been together for as long as you can remember, right? Till as old as time, from a region that has been struggling on the international stage for so many seasons. The fact that they're still willing to stick together for another year and then another year after that is very, very commendable. Do I expect them to go far? I sure hope so. But once more, this is the proving ground. They gotta earn that spot. And if they can finish 15 last year, this year the bar is gonna be set slightly higher.
Virtus Pro as well, you see them on the screen. Veteran experience. The players have got a little bit of experience from Free Fire at EWC 24, and the returning trio. You've got Diamond, Nameless, Exposi, along with a couple of new faces on the squad as well, mainly Fuvarak and Boonjame on the sub. But of course, we have got a video from the Falcons Nest awaiting you guys as well as we gear up Bermuda. Enjoy, we'll be back with you in a second.
We are live here at Esports World Cup 2025 Boulevard, and as you guys can see, we are at a very special place. What a vibrant vibe, isn't it? At Falcon Nest, and it is the headquarters of Team Falcons. So into our main course today. This is a very vibrant place, a very special place to who those love gaming, esports, and here is a showcase that all of the achievement and of course the academic belongs to Team Falcons. So today, let's catch up with me some little information about this thing, shall we? Last year on home soil, Team Falcons competed in 18 of the 22 esports at EWC 2024, demonstrating impressive level of play across a variety of games. Their performance was highlighted by the first place finishes in the Esports World Cup Free Fire, my beloved game, and Esports World Cup Call of Duty Warzone. They also secured the second place finishes in the Mobile Legends Bang Bang, the Mid-Season Cup 2024 Esports World Cup, Esports World Cup Apex Legends, Esports World Cup featuring Rocket League, and Esports World Cup Tekken 8. The organization's stellar results here in Riyadh were more than enough to secure them the first place to finish in the EWC 2024 Club Championship points. Now, in 2025, Team Falcons are currently